Joining us now is someone who has been a key player in the history of Ukraine, former President Petro Poroshenko, who just this week was sanctioned by President Zelensky's government. Mr. President, thank you for your time. I want to start with this sanctioning of you by Zelensky's government. They call you suspicion of high treason and assisting a terrorist organization. What is your response to this?
This is not because of that. First of all, this is unconstitutional, illegal, unlawful, because under Ukrainian constitution and our Ukrainian law, it is impossible to introduce the sanction against Ukrainian citizens who are now in Ukraine. Point number two, this is the symbol that unfortunate election campaign Zelensky decided to start. I'm the leader of the opposition. I'm the leader of the second biggest parliamentary fraction. And unfortunately, Zelensky want to clean up the election field and liquidate his main competitor. This has had nothing to do with the democracy and with the freedom. And I'm very much proud that all the civil activists, all the human rights organization of Ukraine make an absolutely clear message. This is illegal. If you have something, please present it and go to the court. If you have nothing, can you imagine that the political leader can make his sole decision and sign the presidential decree attacking his main opponent? And I really want to stress today's message of the Vice President Pence, saying that our values should unite us, and freedom and democracy, including providing the free and democratic election.
So, Mr. Poroshenko, if I could,
Ukrainian people and trust by Ukrainian foreign our part.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm thinking about this as you're saying this. The United States, Saudi Arabia, Russia, and Ukraine are talking. But my question to you is, who should be speaking for the interest of the Ukrainian people in this such critical time?
This is absolutely a right question. And with this situation, one of the key factors for protecting Ukrainian interests is a unity. Unity inside Ukraine. And this unity helps us to throw Russia away from Kyiv, from Kherson, and from Kharkiv in the year 2022. And now this is an attack on unity, because the unity means no election. And if President decide to start the election, they destroy the unity that make Ukraine weaker. And we should deliver the peace through strength. And that's why we need to make Ukraine stronger. We need to strengthen our transatlantic unity. And instead of that, Zelensky goes there and accept their weak position. Nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine. This principle was established by me as a president since year 2014. Nothing about Europe without Europe. And with this situation, we shall keep staying united in Ukraine. United behind our army, united behind the EU and NATO aspiration, united behind Ukraine. And unfortunately, these absolutely irresponsible steps, illegal and unconstitutional, make Ukraine weaker. Zelensky is not an enemy for me. And we have only one enemy. And the name of this enemy is Putin.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, all of this is happening when there are real pressures to get something done, because the killing of the Ukrainian people continues every single day. And I'm just wondering, what is it that you want? What is it that you insist on? And what is it that you're asking of the United States right now when they're seeing Ukraine right now with the main leader of the opposition in that country being charged with being a terrorist sympathizer?
This is nobody, neither in Ukraine nor in the world, believe anything like that. And with this situation, what we really need, we need to make Ukraine stronger, to have more weapons, including long-range missile, including the air defense. We need to have more sanctions with a close coordination with our American and European partners. And with this situation, definitely, the Munich is a turning point. I have my personal invitation to participate in all Munich events. And instead of that, it was lifted an illegal ban, not allow me to cross the border illegally and to be in Munich. This have simply do not understandable from our partners. And with this situation, I think, again, we should stop attacking each other, we should unite it, and we should be prepared to stay strong and to stop Putin, because we should not be afraid of Putin. We shouldn't give him an opportunity to go as long as he wants. And I'm proud that I 3 years worked with the President Trump, and this is not a challenge. This is an opportunity. And I want to remind you that the first lethal weapons me as a Ukrainian president received from President Trump. The first sanction against Nord Stream, me as a Ukrainian president received from the President Trump. And the first and powerful support for our economy we received from President Trump. And under this situation in Munich, Ukrainian President go and was asked about the situation with the democracy. I don't understand that.